Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurundinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyeshwaram. Thank you very much everyone for attending this session. And I saw in the beginning when I entered, Shashrin was jumping, and that made me more excited. So I'm also excited. Thank you. Okay, so we'll continue with our where we left. So I just want to, as I had promised, I will answer Divyesh Prabhu's question on the onion and garlic thing. And Srila Prabhupada narrates one story that when the demons and the demigods, when they were performing the churning of the ocean, at that time, one demon, as soon as the nectar came out, the demon took away this pot and he ran away with it. And then the Lord had to appear in the form of Mohini to try and entice this demon to give this pot back of the nectar. And once Mohini got that nectar, she went to the heavenly planets to distribute it amongst the demigods. And while she was distributing, one of the demons entered there and hid himself, and he went there, and Mohini gave in the hand and started drinking. And as soon as that happened, Surya and Chandra immediately cautioned the Lord that this is a demon and you have given him the nectar. So before the nectar could reach the throat, then the Lord with his Sudarshan killed this demon. But because the nectar had already entered into the body of the demon, so he became Rahu and Ketu. And the throat where the Lord cut, so some blood and the throat, some part of the gland fell down on the earth. And from that gland came out onions, and from the blood came out garlic. So Prabhupada says that one way it is nectar, right? It has so much benefits of having onion garlic, which is health benefits. But because Krishna doesn't eat that, because it came out from the demon's body, therefore we should not eat it also. And he also mentions that by eating these things, it corrupts, it brings our consciousness to ignorance. It's even though it's nectar, but still it will give us good health, but it will not give us good consciousness. So what's the point of eating it? That's what Srila Prabhupada says about onion and garlic. So we should not offer Krishna onion and garlic, and we should not have it ourselves. Okay, so I gave last time some Achman. How many of you have been practicing? I'd like to see. Just a second. I want to stop sharing and I want to see everyone. You can write on the chat if you don't want to show your faces, your hands. If you're not afraid, you can turn on your videos and put your hand up. Yes, Khushbu. Yes, Mataji, thank you. I know your name is not Khushbu, but
Khushbu
okay.
is my daughter, yes, yeah.
Yes, and Kirtika Mataji, thank you. And Arjun or Achut?
Arjun.
Two brothers. There are two brothers. That's one of the brother, Arjun.
Okay, great. You've been practicing. Thank you very much. And
They've come
ISKCON
from
Eldoret?
Nanyuki, by the way. These
Oh,
two boys
great.
are from Nanyuki.
Actually, they are from Nakuru.
Yeah.
They're from
Nakuru.
Nakuru. Yes.
Sorry,
These
sorry.
are from
Okay.
Nakuru, yes.
Okay, good. Welcome. And Shashwin, have you practiced? And our bhaktas from ISKCON Eldoret, I hope they've been practicing also. Any? Okay, the rest are shy to answer. Okay, so have you, so since you have practiced, would you just like to, just randomly, one at a time, just give me what mantras you practiced? Arjun?
So, we practiced Om Keshavaya Namaha.
Okay, great. And Shashwin? Yes. What did you practice? Om?
Om Narayanaya Namaha.
Okay, great. Thank you. And Mataji, Khushbu's mother. Unmute yourself.
You have to unmute yourself, Mataji.
It was the third one.
Ah,
It was
okay,
the
Now
first.
say, we can hear you now.
Okay, Om Keshavaya Namah. Om Narayana
Okay.
Namaha. Yeah.
Okay, and one more. Yes, Kirtika Mataji.
Om Madhavaya Namaha. And when you
Madhavaya.
take, when you
The
say the
lights.
name, you have to see them in your palm. And then
Yes, you have to see and chant, right? You have to see the water and chant and then take. Okay, great. So thank you. It's more encouraging. So today we are going to learn how to do bhoga offering. We're going to
at last.
okay. Bhoga offering. Okay, so we also discussed about bhoga offering, and we discussed that the pots that we use for cooking, we should not eat from them. We should not contaminate them by eating from them, right? They should be clean and pure. So you can cook for Krishna again. And the consciousness should be to please Krishna, that whatever offering we are making, it has to be pleasing to Krishna. And how do we keep our consciousness clean, or how do we be in good conscience to cook for Krishna? Someone? How do we bring good consciousness in ourselves to cook for Krishna? How do we prepare our consciousness?
Chanting the holy name.
Yes, Diyash Prabhu, thank you. Chanting the holy name, one of them next. Yes, Kirtika Mataji.
Maintaining cleanliness.
Yes, very important. Cleanliness. Shashwin's father, I think.
Kumar Prabhuji, you have to unmute yourself.
Taking prashad.
Sorry?
Taking prashad.
Taking prasad. Yes, first we have to offer to Krishna, then we can take prasad. So how do we prepare our consciousness? Yes, Khushbu's mother. Yes, Kumar Prabhu, first you go and then.
Tulsi leaves. Before offering, we leave tulsi leaf.
Yes, while offering, we should offer with tulsi leaf.
Tulsi leaves.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
Khushbu's mother.
Yeah,
Sorry,
before
I
all
don't know
that,
your name, so.
yeah, Sony. My name is Sony. So
Okay.
before all that, we should have done Achman. Yes.
Yes, Achman. Yeah, we perform Achman to purify our
Yes.
consciousness. And also, while cooking, another technique or another thing you can always do is hear some kirtan by Prabhupada or some lecture by Prabhupada or, you know, other lectures by bona fide representatives of Prabhupada. Then you should hear these lectures that will keep you in good consciousness. And like that, you will be able to cook nicely for Krishna in good consciousness. Mind you that the consciousness of the cook goes in the food, and this is proved. It's a proved science. I can say it's proved because of experience. There was once, I can tell you a short story. I was in Calcutta and we were doing some shopping for our Gurukul school, and while doing that, we have some few restaurants there who are some kind of Vaishnavas, maybe not ISKCON, but they're Vaishnavas, and they own this very nice restaurant. It's a Rajasthani restaurant, and they're Krishna devotees. So we went to their restaurant and we were eating there. Then after eating, we left with a taxi. We took a taxi and we left and we went to do our shopping. And in the meantime, the devotee with me, who was traveling with me, he left his phone in the taxi. So at that time in school, we were not allowed to just go to any random places and eat, you know. So luckily or unluckily, that person, the taxiwala, he found the phone, and he was such a good taxi guy. So he called one of our teachers and he told them that these people were in our car and they have left their phone. So the teacher calls on my phone and he says, "Why are you so restless? Why are you not focused? You have left the phone and this person is waiting for you in this location. Get the phone." Then we finished everything. We got the phone, everything. Next day we went. Now the devotee I went with was a great sadhu. Yeah, he's a very straightforward person. So I thought he will hide it from the teachers, but he went and told the teachers, "Sorry that, you know, we went to this restaurant, we ate from it and it spoiled my consciousness, and that's how I forgot the phone." And you know, so that actually was an experience, that how our consciousness is actually affected by the person who is cooking. What consciousness they have comes into us. Sometimes we see that people who cook in an angry mood and you know, with a very terrible, like their food will either be too salty or too sour or too bitter, or you know, we'll get their angriness in ourselves. You try to notice this. If you notice, you will understand. Yeah? And then there was also one of our teachers, Bhakti Vidya Purna Swami. Once he was, there was an examination being done for cooking. It was like a cooking competition. So he was invited to be one of the judges, and he took me with him. So when we went there, after eating the preparations from one particular pot, then he could understand what this person who was cooking was thinking about. And he told that person, and the person was very, very shocked. So this is to point out to you that our consciousness, the consciousness of the cook, gets transferred into the preparations. So therefore, our consciousness is very important. We should always try to follow these principles of cleanliness, of performing achman, of purifying the boga, of hearing some Krishna katha while cooking, so your consciousness cannot, your mind is engaged in such dealings, and it's not thinking about anything else other than Krishna. So this is what the mood should, our consciousness should be. So then the process is that the plates should be separate. No one should be eating from the same plates as we use for offering to Krishna. And then we purify the preparations by sprinkling some holy water. I taught you how to make holy water, yeah? From the Achman cup. How many of you remember that? You add some Ganga water or some holy water?
No. I
didn't
Googled
teach
for
you?
the. No, you taught us, yes.
Okay. So how many of
We
you
did not
remember?
add. We did not add because Prabhuji, we don't have. I
We
have
don't
one
have the water.
matungi like this, but it is sealed. So I
Okay.
did not add.
Okay.
But I
Yeah,
just said that
it's okay.
I just said that Ganga water is coming in here. I didn't know the
Yes.
shloka that Pat Prabhuji told us, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Kaveri.
Yeah, I will send. Sorry, it's my mistake. I have compiled a document for all of you that you can circulate.
Like
That
this.
will have the process of offering boga, and it will also have
Like this.
Achman mantras and the purifying
Like
the
this.
water mantras. All these
This
mantras will
one,
be
this
there.
one is full and this one is half.
Okay, so what you do is you purify with this pure water, Achman water, you purify the bhoga, and then make sure you put tulsi leaf on all the preparations.
So
Okay?
Prabhuji, I did not understand. Achman water, you purify the bhoga.
Yes, by sprinkling a bit of water.
So you sprinkle a little bit of water on it.
Yeah, on the preparations.
So how we sprinkle?
Just with the spoon, and you just sprinkle with the spoon.
Oh, like this.
Yeah. And when you, there are so many things to learn, but this is just basic I'm teaching you, and then we'll get to advance in the future. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Not now. I want to teach you as basic as possible, so you can at least, absorb it. You practice, and then when you're ready, like, I don't want to teach you PhD when you are in nursery, right? So let's start. That's why I'm teaching you basics, yeah? And there is a different system. What we do in the temple is a totally different system at home. Home is very, very simple system. So this is what I'm teaching you is for home worship. Okay? Okay, so you purify, you take water from the Achman cup and you sprinkle on the preparations. Okay? And it doesn't have to be so much water. It's just some few drops should go in.
Yes, Prabhuji. Even for Achman, first I put so much and it came everywhere. So now
Yes.
I've learned just one drop.
Yes, yes. We are not drinking water, we are just sipping water. So it should be very little, not so much. And then what we do is, so this is now the procedure of offering, okay? So you will, to tell someone eat, yeah, you can say in whatever language you want to say. You can say, my dear lordships, please accept this offering. But in Sanskrit, then you chant idam nevedyam and then your deity's name. Okay? If you have Krishna deity, then you say idam nevedyam Krishnaya namaha. Okay? But if it's difficult for you, then the easy way to do it is, my dear lordships, whichever language you want to speak, you can speak. Gujarati, Hindi, Bengali, Tamil, Bihar, Bhojpuri, whichever. Yeah? Whichever language you want to speak in, you speak. Because the Lord is, yeah, He's the one who has created all these languages. So He understands them all. Don't worry. Yeah? So my dear lordships, kindly accept this humble offering of mine. Simple. Okay? And after doing that, while ringing the bell, you should chant these mantras that are over here on the screen, which I will send you. So it says here, chant the following prayers to Srila Prabhupada requesting his mercy. Now what we should try to understand is that Krishna does not accept our offerings directly. When we are offering bhoga, don't think we should not think that we are qualified to offer Krishna anything directly. Anything that we offer to Krishna must go through the disciplic succession, through the Guru Parampara. So for everyone, the Guru, the Acharya is Srila Prabhupada, right? So most of you are not initiated. So we chant our Prabhupada's pranam mantra first, 3 times, okay? All these mantras have to be chanted 3 times. So you chant Prabhupada's mantra 3 times. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. So 3 times, okay? Prabhupada mantra. Followed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mantra. Because through without the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we cannot understand who Krishna is. So, Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Goratvi She Namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Goratvi She Namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Goratvi She Namaha. Right? So 3 times. And then followed by Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmanya Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmanya Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmanya Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So 3 times, okay? And all this time while we are offering, we must ring our bell, right? Ring the bell and pay obeisances. Okay? Ringing and paying obeisances. This should be, at least in the first stage, this is how the offering is taught to the beginners of deity worship. You ring the bell and offer obeisances and you chant these mantras. Does anyone have any doubts? Any questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I have a question.
Yes, Divesh Prabhu.
Now, some of us might have different gurus. What happens then? Do we chant that
You
our
have
guru's name?
You have different gurus in the sense, yes, I mean, if you have your own guru, then yeah, you chant their mantra, but you should also chant Srila Prabhupada's mantra.
Okay.
Because due to his mercy, we are able to learn this process. So we must chant Prabhupada's mantra.
And then I had a question.
Even if one is initiated in our Krishna consciousness movement, they chant their guru's mantra and they should also chant Prabhupada's mantra. So Prabhupada's mantra is always chanted.
Okay. And then my next question is that when Shabri, Mataji Shabri fed Ram Bhagwan the bows,
Yes.
she tasted them first and Ram Bhagwan still accepted them, right?
Yes.
So if we don't do all these things and just offer with love and devotion, is it still accepted or does it have to be? Okay.
Of course, Shabri was in another level. We cannot compare our devotional service with Shabri's because Shabri was a pure devotee. Yeah, what we should learn from her is our faith in our spiritual master. You know, she waited there for Lord Ram on the order of the spiritual master that Lord Ram is going to come here, and she was worshipping the Lord as a Vatsalya Bhav. Vatsalya Bhav means parental affection she had for the Lord. And you know, for the kid, you will make sure, oh, I hope this is not spicy, and let me check if it's hot, if it's not too hot, and then I feed. You know, it's something like that. But we cannot imitate that. We cannot imitate Shabri.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And Hare Krishna, sorry, Prabhuji, my last question, I had 3, sorry, that was the second and last one. When we offer bhog and all these things, look, none of us are perfect, right?
Yes.
So, is there a Shama prayer that you're supposed to say afterwards or before or something?
Yes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Good. So, as long as we mention that, the Maha Mantra, then everything's okay.
Yes.
Whether you made mistakes or not. Because you know, you mentioned that if you say a mantra wrong, it turns everything upside down.
Yes, but this is not ordinary mantras that I'm giving. These are all, see, the thing is, anything that is, this is known as devotional service. What we are doing, whatever we are chanting, are all Krishna mantras. Like everywhere you will see, Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale. Krishna is already there. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate. Krishna is already there. Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmanya Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namo. These are all Krishna's name. So to chant Krishna's name always purifies us. Yeah, Krishna does not accept any offenses through his names.
No, thank you for your clarification. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so after this, you have chanted these mantras, you leave the temple room or your altar, you let the Lord eat in peace, at least 10 to 15 minutes, and then you can go back and just ring the bell and offer your prayers. I hope you enjoyed, my dear Lord. And then you leave the place. You clean the area, right? I said cleanliness before starting worship, and after finishing the worship, one must clean the area, right? So this is the simplest way of offering bhoga at your house. Any more questions on this? Otherwise, we'll go to the next.
Prabhuji, do we cover the thali?
All right,
Piece of
good
cloth?
question. Yes, we must always cover the plates from the kitchen to our deity altar. We must always cover the plate. And while we are offering, we open that cover. And after we finish offering, and while taking it to the kitchen, again, we must cover and take it back to the kitchen. Right? Why do we cover the bhoga? One may ask. Then we cover the bhoga so that people do not lust over the preparations. People should not think that, oh, I want to eat this even before we have offered it to Krishna. Therefore, we must cover it again, transfer it, then only people can come and see what you have cooked. Very good question. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so Arti is a very, very important part of worship. We offer Arti to their lordships. It is basically the word Arti. The meaning of the word Arti is reception. Yeah, it is a way of receiving the Lord. When, for example, when a saint comes to your house, how do you receive them? You give them a nice seat, you wash their feet, and then what do? Offer Arti, right? Yes, no, I'm not getting any response.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, okay. So similarly, we offer Arti to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, means we are receiving him, we are creating auspiciousness by receiving him. Sometimes we see when also sometimes when big during those days, olden days, 5,000 years ago, when Maharaj Yudhishthir was performing Ashwamedha Yagya, he was the king of the whole universe. But when any sadhu came, then they were all worshipped by offering Arti. He also worshipped Lord Krishna. So like this, the word Arti is basically reception or receiving the Lord in a ceremonious way. It's a ceremony that we perform to welcome the Lord. So the paraphernalia, so each element of this Arti, each element, each item represents different elements. Okay, So for the items, first of all, we have dhupa. Dhupa is incense. Okay. How many of you know what incense is?
Agarbatti.
Agarbatti. Agarbatti. Okay. And then deepa. Deepa means lamp. Divo, ghee lamp. Okay. Then there is argya. Argya is a conch, and the conch has water in it, and we offer that to the Supreme Lord. And then we have cloth. We offer cloth, and then after cloth we offer flowers, and then we offer chamara, and then peacock feather if we have, yeah. And then at the end of the arti, we must offer our obeisances. So these are the items that are offered, which will be on the next slide. But over here, we are going to see that each item, it has a significance. It has some element on it. Yeah, it shows some element from the other elements, right? Eight elements, right? Earth, water, fire, ether, air, mind, intelligence, and ego, right? So we have to use all these things in the service of Krishna. So earth is represented by flowers, right? What is the sense of earth?
Prabhuji did
Earth,
not
what
understand
is
the question.
okay, what how can I put it? What does earth represent? What sense does the earth
Ramrupa,
represent?
just say it. Okay, it's a bit too complicated. Just say it. Easier.
Okay, I thought it was an interactive session. Okay, anyway, so earth is represented by smell, right? You can smell earth.
Yes.
Can you smell earth?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so that is smell. And then water is taste. Fire is sight. Ether is sound. Air is touch, right? So these 5 elements have 5 senses that are connected with it, right? So this is what it represents. Earth is represented, the flowers represent earth, cloth, and incense. These 3 things, flower, cloth, incense, they represent earth. Argya, as I said, is water that we offer to the Lord, so it's water. Ghee lamp, fire, right? The ghee lamp that we offer, what do we see? Fire, right? We can't touch it, it's fire. And ether is bell, the conch, right? The shank that we blow, and the mantras that we chant, right? And then air, the peacock feather and the chamara, right? It produces air. And then the mind, we are concentrating on the Lord. So we are using the mind, the sense of the mind in thinking about the Lord and keeping our consciousness connected to the Lord. And then intelligence, when you're convinced that what you're doing is the highest, right? That what you're doing is that you think you know what you're doing actually, right? You're convinced that this is the process that we are supposed to do, and you're actually doing it. That means you're using your intelligence. And then ego. you want to use your ego in the service of Krishna, you become like a blade of grass and or a stick and you pay obeisances. You lay down flat in front of the Lord. So this is how you use all your senses in these activities, in worshipping the Lord. Okay, that is what this elements and senses do in the worship of the Lord. So how to offer them then? You offer all the items except the chamara by moving them in clockwise circles while ringing a bell with your left hand above waist level, fixing your attention on the deity. That means all the items that you offer the Lord, you offer it with your right hand. Okay? Always, whenever you are dealing with offering anything to the Lord, you must always offer with your right hand. And the bell can be used for, you can use the left hand to ring the bell. Okay? And the bell should not go below your waist. Below the waist is considered muchi. Muchi means contaminated, basically, right? So your hand should always be above your waist and you should ring the bell and you offer. Okay? So the incense you offer 7 times around the whole body of the Lord. Okay? 7 times. Clockwise. Agarbatti. Okay? 7 times. And then you offer lamp. Now this is interesting. The lamp is supposed to, according to our acharyas, we offer the lamp 4 circles to the lotus feet of the Lord. You meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord and you offer 4 times around the lotus feet, 2 circles around the navel, and 3 circles to the Lord's lotus face. And then you offer 7 circles to the whole body. Okay, any confusion?
No, Prabhuji.
Because I don't want you to get scared because you have a manual. And if you think that this is too much for you to understand, then you can simply offer 7 times around the whole body. Okay, 7 times around the whole body. If you feel you have not yet gotten to that position, you want to, it's difficult for you to understand 2, 4, 2, 3, 7, all these numbers, then you just do 7 times. Okay. Now, because we are teaching you simple, basic, so I have not put the conch shell with water and handkerchief. Okay. These are like the main items that we should always offer while offering arti. So after offering the lamp, then you offer flowers around the Lord's body 7 times. Okay? It should go around the Lord's body 7 times. And then chamara. If you have a chamara, if you have a chamara, then you can use it and you can fan it as much as you want it. In winter, maybe less. In summer, more, because it's hot weather. So it all depends on you. And then these are just the mantras. To offer incense, you use these mantras. For incense, you can simply, as I said, you can say, my dear Lord, I'm offering you this incense, kindly accept it. But in Sanskrit, the proper way of saying it in Sanskrit is Esha Dhupaha. And then you offer, when you're offering the ghee lamp, then you chant Esha Deepaha. or my dear Lord, kindly accept this lamp that I'm offering to you. Then flowers, etani pushpani, you offer 7 times, and then you offer it to the Lord, and then Esha Chamar Seva, or my dear Lord, kindly accept this chamar from that I'm offering. So you can use it in your own words. It does not have to be exactly like this. So these are the few mantras of which you can chant while offering these things. Okay, so this is very, very simple offerings. If anyone has any questions.
Can I butt in?
Of course. Of
Um,
course.
you know, you said about the offering about 10 to 15 minutes. So granted, in the temple, we can do it. But if I'm at home and I have so much pressures of going for a job, this, that, and the other. So what's the shortest offering first we can do, meaning the bhoga offering, and the
Well,
shortest arti we can do?
yeah. So the arti is very simple and straightforward and very short actually. Once you do it, you will see that you can even finish that arti in 5 minutes. It doesn't take so long. But if you are struggling with that also, then better to just offer a lamp, and that's enough. And if you want to do, you can also offer incense and lamp, and that is enough. You don't have to offer flowers and chamara and other things. But regarding the bhoga offering, well, yeah, I mean, you know, we are offering it to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not like us that he takes. He accepts our offering through his mouth. We'll see him eating with a spoon and putting it in his mouth. But he accepts it through his eyes. He accepts through his eyes and through his heart. So basically, according to Gurukul, then our offering system would be that we would chant all the mantras, and then we would chant our Gayatri mantras, because we're the ones who are second initiation, who have taken second initiation, they have to chant the Gayatri mantras. So as soon as we finish chanting the Gayatri mantras, we take the bhoga offering. So basically the Lord eats through his ears, eyes, and heart. With that loving affection we offer him, he accepts it with his heart, and he accepts the offering through his eyes by seeing the preparations, and he accepts the offering through his ears. While us chanting those mantras, he accepts that offering. So even if you don't have enough time, then you can immediately after offering, you can leave it for a minute or two, and then you can take the offerings. But just for us to understand, Krishna is personal, so we leave it there, you know, let him take his prayer, nice 2 minutes to at least relish. That should be our feeling. So at least 1-2 minutes we should leave. That is encouraged. Because it normally takes us around 4 minutes to chant our Gayatri mantras, or 5 minutes. So we leave the bhoga there for 5 minutes, but yeah.
And another question is, like Aarti, now say I
Yes.
have home deities, so what's the minimum you can suggest that, okay, this should be at least 1 Aarti or 2 Aarti, or the regulated, okay? Because the whole idea of deity worship is also discipline, right? So
Yes.
we're getting into a discipline about offering, cooking, Aartis. So what would you suggest should be the minimum for people staying at home for the Aarti?
Okay.
I mean,
So
timing.
the minimum, well, the timing is up to you. Like you come back from work, what time you can offer the arti, but it should be something, like you come back from work at 5, so you can offer at 7 o'clock if you want, but it should be, the point is, you make the timing schedule, and then Krishna will follow that schedule, that timings. But that doesn't mean that one day we do it like this, one day. Emergencies might come 1 or 2 days, but they don't come every day. So you cannot change everyday timing. But when necessary, it's not so much of an offense when it's an emergency. So
Also,
what we can, for discipline wise, then devotees should at least offer 2 times a day. In the morning, as soon as, like in the morning sadhana, it should be like a practice. So our morning practice, that once we wake up and do our business, then, like our cleaning business, then we must pay our obeisances to the deities at home. Then we should offer them at least a lamp and an incense and bhoga, and we can offer one-time flowers in the morning. Some devotees, they have this practice of growing flowers in their house, so it's a very nice practice to like pluck the flowers fresh in the morning, then you offer it to Krishna in the morning. So this brings us discipline in our life. So we and then again, in the evening when you come back from work and you are offering bhoga, then you should also try to offer an arti, a short one. It can be only a incense and ghee lamp, because that means, thank you Lord for protecting me through the day. This happens in, if you see in Christian families, in Muslim families, they have their prayers. They're very staunch in their prayers. In the morning they pray before they go to work, and in the evening they come back, thank you God for protecting us, giving us a good day. And this is our way of worshiping. This is our way of thanking the Lord. Thank you very much for a good day, or this is the time we are relating with the Lord. Is that okay, Mataji?
yeah, also, Ramrup, that you see, I'm working, so I cannot follow a schedule of my cooking and offering. So as far as I know, in a home situation, when you're cooking and you're offering, it is accepted, but correct me.
Yes. Yes, I mean, as we have discussed this in length during the class, that it's not that, you see, it's not that, for example, we are going somewhere out, so, we have to cook a whole feast for the deities at home and then we go out. No, no, but you at least have some kind of offering that is left next to the deities,
No. Ramrup, what I mean on a regular basis also, I may not be able to cook at the morning hours,
certain
like
time.
in the temple, we have to offer at 12:30, come what may.
Yeah.
So I may not be able to do it. So I can do it 12:30 or 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, whenever
Yeah.
I have guests at home.
The
So
point is, everything that we eat should be offered to the Lord.
Yeah, that's what I want you to emphasize, because they should not get worried that at home I can't follow the regulated timing. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Can you explain a little bit on that?
Okay. Yeah. As I said, we make the Lord comes to our house, and he adjusts to our situation, right? The Lord appears in our house to facilitate our devotional service. Actually, that is the purpose of having deities at home. They facilitate our devotional service to them. They give us encouragement to so that we can understand that they are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? So anything that we'll do, we'll offer them first before we do it to our before we accept it ourselves. That is the whole point of home worship. they facilitate our devotional service. So we should understand from this that how fortunate we are that the Lord goes through such things to facilitate, um, he facilitates our what do you say, our desires, our anarthas, our situation, our so many things, our family life. So we
Our
should be very thankful.
imperfections.
Yes, we should be very thankful to the Lord, actually.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I have a question.
Yes, Divyesh Prabhu.
So some of us might not come home for lunch sometimes. We work on sites and stuff. So can you offer anywhere in the car, anywhere? It doesn't matter, right? Mansik.
Of course, you can, whatever you eat, you always think about your lordships, kindly accept. Just a second, please. Okay, I'm just some problem. Okay, here you go. So yeah, you basically you normally think about the Lord in such a circumstance that my dear Lord, I'm not at home, I'm eating this, so kindly accept it. It's all about the consciousness that we are keeping Krishna in the center. We are thinking about the Lord. That is the most important thing.
And thank you, Prabhuji. And lastly, there's a question I think on the chat. I don't know if I read it or maybe you've answered it. I'm not sure. How many incense sticks are we meant to light?
Yeah, I'm reading that, yes. How many incense sticks are we meant to light? Okay, this is from Arjun and Achyut. Okay, very nice question. Very good question. So this, normally, these things we offer in odd numbers. Yeah. So 1 incense or 3 incense or 5 incense. So you offer in odd numbers, incense.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Prabhuji, I have 2 questions. I know time, we have run out of time now, but just last 2
No,
questions.
I just want to say that we should, any questions, we should do it this week so Umapati Pro can continue from next week. I think so I've concluded my presentation.
Okay,
Who told you you can go?
Okay, Prabhuji, my 2 questions before we decide.
Yes,
So along with the bhoga, you have to put water and tulsi leaf in the water as well.
yes, we should always always we should have a drink for Krishna. Whenever we offer, what if Krishna,
Feels
something gets stuck in Krishna's throat? He's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but we think personally, like what we were in that situation and something gets stuck in our throat, what will we do? We'll take a sip of our drink. That will help. So like that, all our offerings should have some liquid in it. You can either have water or juice or chas or milk. Something should always be there. And some people always have water and a drink. So it's up to you. It's not that you know.
Okay, and the second question, Prabhuji, I've seen in the temple, so when you are doing the incense or whatever you are offering, then after doing
Yes.
it to the deities, then you go and do it like this. So whom are you offering it to?
We are offering it to the devotees, assembled devotees.
Okay, so assemble devotees, and that means in the temple where the deities are, if you have other, like you have Shiv and Parvati and you have Ganesh, can you offer them as well? Because they are
Yes,
great
after
devotees.
offering it to Krishna.
Sorry?
After offering to Krishna, then you offer to them as Mahaprasad.
So you have to say this is Mahaprasad or?
Yes, please accept Krishna's prasad. Even to the devotees, when we are doing it to the assembled devotees, it's not that we are worshipping them.
Yeah, So
It
what
is the
are we-
process of offering prasadam to them.
So first you do to the deities. So it
Yes.
is to Krishna and Srinathji and Vishnu Lakshmi.
Yes.
Yeah. And then after that, the others, you say this is, please take this prasadam, Mahaprasad.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then to the devotees, Mahaprasadam as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Now, why are you concluding this week, Ramrup? Why are you so sure we don't have more questions and more inquiries? Kritika, are you letting him go?
No. I'm not. I'm still thinking of
Well,
questions.
I have other temples that are requesting for seminar also, so it's difficult.
Prabhuji, you're supposed to reply to my question from last week. You said you'll get back to me.
He did,
No,
but
you know, he
Divesh
was not there,
Prabhuji.
Ramrup. So
I wasn't
repeat
there?
again.
I have it recorded, so you can
Oh.
listen to it recorded.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
Also,
I can.
sorry.
Yes,
sorry.
please, Matsiganga Mataji.
No, yeah, I wanted to add with what Ramrup Prabhu said about the onion garlic. It definitely creates passion also in the body. Right, Ramrup? Nobody can
Yes.
deny garlic and onion create so much passion in the body. Hence, those who are practicing spiritual life for sure, they would not eat because they don't want passion. They want goodness in their consciousness.
Yes, and
You agree?
also, yeah, and also another problem with that is it brings bad smell to your body.
By far.
Yeah, so when it removes that bad smell, then no one wants to be around you. But you know, unfortunately, people are already used to that smell, so
It doesn't bother them.
But those who don't eat,
Yeah.
it's terrible for them.
Okay,
They want to
Prabhuji, one more
vomit.
question. And it is
Yes.
very relevant now in the Corona times. You know, in ISKCON we have the flowers, and then once
Yes.
we offer it to the deities, then we
Yes.
offer it to the devotees,
Yes.
and then they smell it. So now with this
Yes.
Corona thing, I think that practice might have to be changed.
Well, we are not in Nairobi. We are not distributing either the water or the flower is not distributed amongst devotees. It's only offered to the Lord, and then they take it back in the deity room. But they are not offering to the devotees. Of course, it's a precaution.
Yeah, but I'm seeing this only here in Nairobi and Eldoret, that the flowers come and then we smell it. But in the
Yes.
manner when they pass, everybody takes a flower, and if they can't, then they'll half it or they'll take a petal and something
Yeah.
like that instead of
Yeah, I
taking.
mean, in so many places you'll find the same thing.
Yeah.
But you know, we don't use so many flowers as they use in the worship. They use a lot of flowers. Even in Vrindavan, I know in Mayapur, they use so many flowers. Then they only offer 2-3 to the Lord, and the rest they distribute it to the people who have come to take darshan. But here we use few flowers, and that we offer to the Lord, and so it's nothing different. It's the same thing they do in manner, but they just have extra flower, so they distribute that flower instead of one flower given to everyone.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Any other questions? Don't be shy, please. Parth Prabhu, you have not spoken anything since I've come.
No, I am just listening, Prabhuji. I'm just
Parth
listening, and
Prabhuji says the
yeah.
last word. The last words are said by Parth Prabhuji. Maybe if there
Yes.
are no questions, then Parth Prabhuji, can you take over?
Yes. There is no question. Very easily describe how to we perform arti and bhog offering and what is the criteria. Ramrupa Prabhu giving is a good instruction. So I hope we supposed to follow. If we not follow, at least follow something. Okay.
Yes.
In the next class, maybe is good too much task for hours. We can follow, and what is your progress? We can check. Okay. If you are
Yes.
learning too much, then not apply in your life. Then what is the value of the learning? So this is the
Yes.
better. We can just check, offering at least 2 times. Arti offering at least 2 times. What is Ramrupa told? I also agree with you. And probably one consciousness in my mind, like we are all in household life, many devotees are there. For example,
Yes.
some guest we are making pakoda in the afternoon. Already we offered Lord Arti and other things. Can we offer that pakoda or something snacks to God?
Where are
Some
you
guest will
talking
come.
about temple
Yeah?
or
No,
you're
not
talking
temple.
about temple?
Not temple. For the grihastha. For the grihastha.
Grihasthas. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever you want to offer to Krishna, whatever you cook, you must offer to Krishna.
Okay. But already we offered bhog. Already we offered bhog. Already we
We
offered. After
discussed
that,
this.
it is happened. So it is okay.
Yeah. We already discussed, yeah, whenever, whichever way you offer, right, Ramrup? Grihastha, there's not strict rules.
Hmm. Okay. Thank you very much, Ramrup Prabhuji. There is a question.
Yes, there is a
Any
question, Prabhuji. What kind of cloth offered to God during Aarti?
I couldn't think. My Zoom is totally stuck.
Okay. The question is, what kind of cloth offered to God during Aarti? And any specific flowers? Which is the favorite flower for Krishna?
Okay, cloth, as Kirtika Mataji has already written there, we offer cotton cloth and flower, whichever flower is available is pleasing to Krishna. Yeah?
Fragrant.
Fragrance? Yes. This is the main
Fragrant,
important.
yeah. They should have some smell. They should have some smell, nice smell coming out, not without any smell.
Like bougainvilleas or
Yeah,
the white flowers, yeah?
yeah. But when there is nothing, you must offer something to beautify the Lord. So when necessary, you can offer.
Also, Ramrup, I wanted one clarification, like offering water while doing boga. Isn't it a good idea we offer water to the Lord right from morning so that he's got it there when he wants to have a drink?
Yeah.
Beside the
Yeah,
boga offering.
yes, that is always there. That is before you go to work. Before you go to work, you must leave a glass of water covered next to the Lord, so whenever he feels like, he can just take a sip. And then at night, when you come back, when you're doing your bhoga offering, you again change that water, give fresh water to the Lord. So you can use it throughout the night, and then the next morning again you change it when you're doing your morning bhoga.
So it's a separate glass for them for the altar all the time, right?
Yes, yes.
So we have in ours the jariji. We have a small
Yes,
chandi thing with a spout, and we cover it
yes,
with a red cloth. And then we
yes,
also have misri, which is a small chandi bakudi, a bowl.
yes,
And then we have some sugar candy in it. So
yes.
if he's feeling a little bit snackish, then he can have the misri.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
obviously with tulsi, of course.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, this is before I came to Krishna consciousness, I used to go to Haveli. I was also,
No.
so I see what you're talking about. They have nice, yeah. Yeah, that's always good. Krishna, you always need something to munch on and something to sip on. So we should always keep some. Any question? Any other questions? Parth Prabhu, I've
Yes.
sent you one document.
Okay.
You can just
Yeah.
send it to everyone.
I will circulate. Yes, I will circulate.
Hare Krishna, I have a question.
Yes, please. Yes.
Like I offer like both breakfast and lunch in the morning during breakfast time because I have to cook before I leave for work and I don't get back home until evening. Is that okay?
Yes. Just a second. Yeah. I don't know why my computer is getting stuck. Repeat your question. Sorry.
Yeah. Like I normally offer both breakfast and lunch in the morning together.
Okay.
Because
Yes.
I don't get back home until evening, so just wanted to know if it's okay.
No, that is fine. That is fine. Whatever you offer, whatever you eat yourself, you must offer it to Krishna before eating it. That's the whole concept of home worship. So that means you are just cooking breakfast, then you just offer breakfast. And if you feel like you're feeling guilty that I'm not serving the Lord anything during lunchtime, then you say, my dear lordships, they are cooking nice Rajbhog in ISKCON Eldoret, so you kindly go there and accept that bhog. Is that
No,
okay,
no,
Parth?
Ramrupa.
No, she's already made it. She's already made
Yeah,
it. She's made the lunch.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Ramrupa didn't get the
understand.
question.
I understand her question. She's saying she has made breakfast and lunch,
Yeah,
and she
together.
offers everything during breakfast time.
Right.
That is not a problem. You won't count it as breakfast and lunch. You will take your breakfast at breakfast time, you will take your lunch at your lunch time. But for Krishna, that is all breakfast. You understand?
Oh,
That is breakfast for Krishna because you're offering once. You are eating twice, but he's eating once. But there is no offense in that. There is no offense in that. Don't think you are doing something wrong. That's why I'm saying, if you have this feeling in you that, I should have offered you during this time, then you just say, my dear Lord, ISKCON Eldoret has prepared a nice feast, so kindly go and eat there.
It's okay. Good.
And I will come
they
and
can
offer you again in the evening. Because Krishna is personal, he deals with us personally.
That depends on Path Prabhu's mood during cooking, no?
No, it's okay. We are doing nice cooking every day. Yeah.
Just a joke.
Yes.
Wherever Parth
All
Prabhu is, there is no prasadam problem.
No problem. Yes.
Yes, there's no problem.
And
That's what I
also
was going to say.
Mansi
All the deities can come and eat in Eldoret.
Yeah.
No. We invite all the deities of Eldoret to come and eat lunchtime here.
Yeah.
We'll start
Yes.
cooking more from tomorrow.
From tomorrow.
As I
Yes,
mentioned,
Mataji.
as I mentioned in
No, from tomorrow we will increase our.
As I mentioned in one of our initial classes, that the deities in our house are actually the representatives of the deities in the temple. Our main deities are the temple deities. We should not neglect them. And the deities that are at our house, they are the expansion of the temple deities, and they are just there to facilitate our devotional service. We can all not make it to the temple every day, right? We have to go to work, we have to do our house duties and blah, blah, blah. All these things have to happen. So the deities come to our house to facilitate our devotional service, right? So that is the whole point. So don't freak out, Parth Prabhu. Your prasad won't get less.
No. We'll increase our prasad. No problem. Okay. Thank you very much. Yes. Thank
Today,
you, Prabhuji.
Ramrupa doesn't seem to be
It's network
there,
problem.
right? Because you want to wind up that No, but he's giving time. Otherwise, 9 dot, he wants to get out.
Yeah, I was planning 8:45, but
Yeah,
But
it's
somehow I
okay.
made it.
Okay.
Thank you, Ramrupa Prabhuji. Hare Krishna for your wonderful classes.
Yeah.
We are so glad to you, and we hope our devotee will be enjoy your class. For glorification of His Ramrupa Prabhu and other devotees will chanting Hare Krishna mantra once. And we hope
Yes.
after your busy schedule you can give time. We'll just communicate with you if we are not able to come on every week,
Sure.
once in a week. Then we'll contact with you before. So according
Yes,
to the
please.
timetable, according to our
Yes.
also importance, then we'll call you. Please give that
Yes.
time. Okay.
Thank you.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you very much.
So for glorification of Ramrupa Prabhuji, please chant Hare Krishna mantra once. Please join with us.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande.